Hello again and welcome back to another video. Where does the time go? It seems absolutely unbelievable. Here we are now, well halfway through March, and I'm about to, start sowing seeds again. Next week I'm got the greenhouse all geared up. It's very windy today, so hope you probably hear the old greenhouse rattling about a bit. The old 46-year-old greenhouse, which still manages to stand up here, hopefully for a few more years anyway. And yeah, next week I am going to get starting and sow some of my annual seeds. I've had my seeds come, and it's just the usual things I'm basically growing again, from marigolds to cosmos to asters, and just a general easy range of petunias, a general easy range of plants that you can grow in what I still class as basically a cool greenhouse. I will be heating as always with my little Aladdin paraffin heater here, but minimal heating, as little heating as I can get away with. Obviously get them germinating, and obviously then in the daytime, hopefully if the sun comes out, the greenhouse is warm enough then, and then just heating any thick cloudy days or colder days, or then the nights as well. So one has to be as economic with the heating, I find, these days as possible. And you may have seen my last video, or it might be the video before, was I sold the heater that I was given, that I'd restored or just freshened up a bit, shall we say, over the winter on eBay. And I was amazed that it made the staggering amount of £122. And that's gone off yesterday, and so hopefully the person will be happy with it. I don't know whether I would have paid £122 for it, but that's their choosing. That's the thing about auctions. I think there was 12 or 14 bids on it in the end. I started it off at £60, so that's great. And as I say, that is not for my personal gain. I'm going to donate that money to a charity, and more about that perhaps later on in the year. So yeah, I was delighted with that. As I say, one thing, if you have got a greenhouse, I've got a big bumblebee now buzzing about. Let me see if I can get him out. Don't want to. There we go. I always wash my glass down, inside and out. I used to do it with Jay's fluid, but I don't use that anymore because it's not particularly pleasant. You end up smelling so disinfectant-y. Now all I do is, with a weak detergent, some washing up liquid. I do use an antibacterial washing up liquid, very sparingly, with some warm water, and I get in all the cracks, wash the glass down first of all, then give it a going over with the pressure washer to get any green off. It's still, it's got very green this year in the winter, and then go round, pick any dead bits of leaves up from the slabs in here and the soil in here, any snails, any slugs, I pick them up, by hand. And so then I'll wash the inside as well as the outside, and try and get it as nice and clean. It smells lovely in here. It's that obviously minimises your chance of getting any botrytis or any of the grey moulds or the damping off diseases that come with seeds. It's not guaranteed, but it does help. And I also then wash my I use the same seed trays every year. Before I put them away, I normally brush them out, but then I just wash them again before I start sowing seeds in them. And it's as simple as that. And I'll perhaps do a little video of sowing some seeds next week sometime, and then we can have a look and see how they come up. There again, there's no hard and fast rules of it. It's all very simple, really, particularly with the annual seeds that I've got here. So I'm in the greenhouse, and I've just unpacked my dahlias that have been stored in the frost-free place. I did a video when I wrapped them up and put them away in a cardboard box. I wrapped mine in, dry them off in the greenhouse in October, end of October, November, and then, you know, before any severe frost comes in November, I wrap them in fleece and put them in a cardboard box and store them in a frost-free, coolish place. We haven't had a lot of frosts here, so you know, I'm quite pleased. I hope you can, you know, perhaps you'll see that they've got little shoots. Some of the bigger ones have got even bigger shoots starting to come, and some of them really wanted to grow, like that one over there. But they're all, they all look as though they've survived. You can see there's another little shoot on there. These are the Bishop Llandaff, Bishop of Leicester, little pink with the bronze foliage dahlia. These are, and I'm quite, you know, pleased they've all survived. Probably a tad dry, but that's the trouble when you do store them, you know, like that, and it's been a relatively mild year. But even the little ones, even the little, you know, you can see some tiny shoots coming from the crown. As I always say about dahlias, you know, anybody new to gardening, you might have lovely fat tubers. This one I'm a bit doubtful about because the crown doesn't look too good, and the crown is the middle bit in there where the old stem was, where my finger is. You can have lovely fat tubers, but if your crown there has gone, you know, mouldy or rotten, or been frosted, even if you've got some good tubers, they will not grow. If you broke one of those tubers off and set it in soil, it might start rooting. You might get some white roots come from it, but you won't get any buds, unfortunately. It's not like a potato. You know, if you set a potato, it will shoot and grow and form other potatoes eventually, but the dahlias are not like that. You've got to have the crown, being a tuber, you must have that growth crown where the old last year's stem was. So yeah, I'm really happy, you know, as I say, it's, you know, I'm delighted that these all look okay. And I mean, it's the middle of March and I'm planting them up, you know, I'm sort of putting them in, they've gone into a big seed tray just to really get them going, see that they are going to grow okay. And I'm hoping the ones I left some dahlias in the garden just as a see what happens to those as well. Other years they've survived okay. In fact, last year the ones I stored inside, half of those went mouldy, and the ones outside, although it was quite a bit of a more cold winter last year, they did okay, the ones that were left in the soil. So we shall see. But we might come back and have a look at these and actually take some cuttings off these. Very easy to if you've got, you know, particularly a favourite dahlia and you've got the tuber this time of year, put it in a pot and get it growing and get some shoots coming on it. Very easy to take cuttings and multiply your stock of that particular dahlia. So there we go. I'm delighted that you know, and it's that time of year when we can start thinking about, you know, setting things. And I haven't set any seeds yet, but I'm just sorting these out because, you know, now onwards the greenhouse will be, you know, heated against frosts, so the dahlias are okay to come back out. And yeah, even the big tuber that hasn't got any shoots on, but it looks really sound. You know, I'd be very surprised if that didn't grow. It looks. I shall now cut the stem off as well. You know, cut the stem down. Now it's this time of year. Also, I've been asked by a lot of people locally. This year has been a terrible year, particularly on the early daffodils. And I don't know whether you've, in your part of the world or your part of the country, if you're in Great Britain, if you've seen it or got daffodils like this in your garden. It looks a bit of a sorry state, sadly, doesn't it? You know, and a lot of people have asked me, a lady several doors away said, you know, my daffodils have all been eaten this year, you know, what is it? And I started looking, you know, I've got a lot of daffodils, as you know, and I started looking around mine and I thought, yeah, they have, you know, a vast majority. And I don't know whether you can see that, whether I can get my finger there. You perhaps won't pick this up on the camera, but there is definite signs of slime on these, so there's no doubt in my mind it's very, very small little black slugs, or very small snails that have come out, maybe in the night, you know, when it's dark. We've had so much wet here this winter. It's been mild, relatively mild as well for a UK winter, so an ideal breeding time for snails and slugs. And I think this is the cause on the flowers. You know, it's obviously these slugs and snails are desperate for anything to eat now. It's getting on to the, you know, the time, and they've decimated some people's daffodils. So if you're wondering why you've got some daffodils like this, I'm absolutely certain, looking at the traces of slime on the ones that I found in my garden, that it's snails and slugs. So there we go. I do hope you'll come and join us next week and see what we're up to with sowing these seeds. And as always, thanks for watching the videos. Thanks to any new subscribers. And as always, take care and good gardening wherever you are in the world. And I'll catch up with you very soon. Until that point in time, my best wishes and bye for now.